Mark Hawtin is Commercial General Manager for KSS Fuels, and on your stand today I can see all these tablet PCs. So Mark, what has that got to do with fuels pricing?
Well, Sandra, this is the launch of our brand new mobile fuels pricing capability. So as you can see, it's very application oriented. Android, Apple, whatever devices you like to use out on the road or out in the office, this is the launch here today.
What would be the benefits for a retailer to use this device?
Well, ideally, we can take people away from being chained to their desks and allow them to take control of fuels pricing anywhere, whether they're on the road, in the service stations, by the beach, on the golf course, wherever they may be. They have the ability through their smart devices now to take control of fuels pricing.
So it's very flexible.
It's very flexible. It also means people can be very responsive to the market. So as things change, they can absolutely be on the nail, second by second, minute by minute, responding and reacting to those changes.
What are the markets you're operating in geographically?
Well, we're pretty much global now. We're in 80 countries worldwide, so North America and Europe are still very important markets for us. A lot of organic growth still going on there. But our big markets now are the BRICS countries. India, China, great business in Japan. Brazil, Australasia is a very successful and growing market for us. So we see a lot of future growth for the company coming from those areas.
2 years ago, MPSI was acquired by KSS Fuel. So what has changed since then?
Well, other than the fact that we've now completely integrated the company and all its operations into one, again, this event here marks the real integration of the two product platforms, bringing retail network planning together with fuels pricing, and through a lot of client work identifying the real benefits to fuel and convenience retailers of bringing those two platforms together in one.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, you're welcome.
Reid Leighton is the CEO of Layton OBrien, and I understand Layton OBrien provides a product for tank cleaning, and your method of cleaning a tank is slightly different to others. Can you explain the difference?
Yeah, there are a few differences that mean our technology has some advantages over others. Our settling tank is a part of that. Whilst most cleaning companies have filtration, we go beyond filtration with some additional magnetic technology that allows us to get the fuel into a much better state. In fact, to a micron clean of about 1.
What is the advantage of using your product?
Well, the main advantage is that we clean the entire bottom of the tank, the so-called bottom sweep. But in addition to that, what we also do is we then filter the fuel down to this 1 micron level. But the major advantage we offer is that we take away the minimum amount of fuel from a tank system. Often a cleaning company will take away up to 1,000 gallons of product, which at $3.50 a gallon can add up to more than the clean itself. So many of our clients love the technology, not only because the fuel is the cleanest, but they're not losing up to 1,000 gallons of product at any given time during a clean.
Where is this available?
This is available in Australia and the United States. We now have a large footprint in the United States with some of the largest distributors in America, such as PSI out of Texas, such as Seneca out of the Midwest, and our operation is now reaching a critical mass in terms of size.
So can you explain me what the business model is behind this product?
Yeah, Layton OBrien describe ourselves as a technology company that distributes our technology via distributors, valued third parties. And with the fuel cleaning technology, we appoint distributors, we provide the equipment and the training, and we operate a revenue sharing model with the distributors.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, we've continued to expand over the last couple of years. We now have 37 distributors globally, and we're moving to 90 distributors over the next 2 years, both here in the US and international markets.
Thank you, Reid.
Thank you, Sandra.
Scott Reddy is president of LSI Industries, and the Legacy series has actually been introduced in May this year, but this is the first time you're exhibiting this now here at NACS PEI. So what is this all about?
Well, we're very excited because we finally brought to a culmination all of our design ideas that have been developing over the last 4 or 5 years into, we think, the best balance between performance and price. The canopy fixture business now has had LED influences since our first product that was introduced back in 2009. And we've been developing better and better performing products over the years, but we've got it now down to a platform that gives us a very, very flexible product line. So it's adaptable to single deck, double deck canopies. It's available in a number of different lumen output packages, a number of different wattage consumption packages, and it all brings it together in a very, very cost-effective product model today. It's got two different lens options. It's got actually a drop lens as well as a flat lens option, and it's works very well in all kinds of different canopies and for all kinds of different marketers.
So next year is going to be the first time you're exhibiting at a petrol retailers exhibition next year in Europe.
Correct.
The Unity Expo.
Right.
So what are your plans for the international markets?
Well, Europe has been the last market that we sought to penetrate. We've been doing business internationally in North America, Canada, South America, Central America, Australia, New Zealand, the Far East, Malaysia, Singapore. We've been doing business in those markets for a number of years. This gives us an opportunity to take that same message, that same value proposition, the same energy-saving materials that we provide to all of those markets, and bring it to Europe. Europe's been dominated for many, many years by a few select manufacturers. We think that market is primed for an alternative, especially one that's coming out of a U.S. manufactured technology. We think it'll be very interesting.
Thank you, Scott.
You're very welcome.
Jerry Schollmeyer is sales manager at Morrison Brothers, and as I understand, Morrison Brothers has just launched a completely new tank alarm, 918 tank alarm. So what does that product feature?
The 918 series of tank alarms is a battery-operated, intrinsically safe series of alarms that can be connected with a number of dry contact devices, such as a Morrison clock gauge or one of our overfill probes. The 918 has a long life lithium battery. It's replaceable. It's economically priced.
So where is that product actually available?
It's available through Morrison distributors, basically located anywhere throughout the world. It's UL listed in the US and Canada. UL 913 is the UL number.
Could you explain me how it works?
Yes. We have a single, a dual, and a quad channel alarm box so that you can hook up 1, 2, or up to 4 devices to the box. In my hand I have the dual channel box. It has an audible alarm and a visual alarm. So when there is a high level, the alarm will sound, the light will flash, and they will do that intermittently for up to 10 minutes.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Brandon Wheeler is National Sales Manager for Nupi Americas, and I can see that welding machine for electrofusion piping has actually been presented at last year's Automechanica already, so I can see a slightly smaller version here. Can you explain me what the difference is?
Yes, this machine is our universal unit. It's the one we've been using for everything. This will do up to a 40-inch coupling. But in the petroleum gasoline station business, we only need up to 6 inches. So what we decided was we could make a smaller, less expensive machine that was lightweight and would work for our gas stations. So we decided to make that. And this is our debut with this fitting. This is we're showing it for the first time.
And are there any other new products that you're showing this time?
Yes, we have this new fitting here. It's a electrofusion termination fitting for the double wall system. Basically, it goes from double wall down to single wall. The advantage to this fitting is it's shorter, more compact. Therefore, when you put this in and you have a mistake, you have more room to repair. So that's the main thing. But then the secondary thing is with the other fitting, this connection here for the test port required a wrench or a tool. This one is hand threaded, so it makes it to where you have less tools needed, and always the less tools you have on, the better off you are. So that's our other thing that we have new this year.
So are these two products available already?
Yes, they're both available. Just contact your Nupi representative and we can get them to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This This is Customer Relations Manager Jean Hunt from OBW, and OBW have recently merged with Fiberlight and KPS. Here we can see an example of how this will look like. This is a new product you're exhibiting here, so can you tell me a little bit more about this?
Here at OPW, we like to do the best of the best. For instance, we have a Fiberlight dispenser sump, along with KPS piping, which is a double wall piping, and we have the OPW FlexWorks piping, along with our special shear valves, which is a shear valve that has triple security, one in case of a light break, one in case of a fire, and the other one is for heavy impact.
Thank you, Gene.
Oh, you're welcome.
Pete Neal is product manager for ATG here at OPW, and this is a new controller for the Site Sentinel tank gauging product line. So what are the special features of this new product?
The Site Sentinel Integra is the next iteration that we have in the Site Sentinel family of products. Its predecessor was the Site Sentinel iSight, which was predicated by the Site Sentinel 1 and the Site Sentinel 2. What we've done is enhance the box, so that what we've done is remove the internal printer and given it the capability of having an internal barrier, so that we can now wire directly to the console without having to wire to an interconnect box, which expands its capability of being a lower cost unit to a lot of the installing customers.
Thanks, Pete.
You're welcome.
John Keller is Director of Product Development at PriceAdvantage, and for a petrol station it is crucial to set the right prices. So how does your product support a retailer?
We have a new version of PriceAdvantage that allows the fuel retailer to look at the overall profitability of the store, including fuels and also in-store merchandise, so that he can look at profits from all aspects of the store. So we've got the ability now to decide, how do we see numbers of transactions in the store compared to forecourt transactions, compared to gallons sold or liters sold. We also have the ability to show overall fuel dollars compared to in-store dollars. So it allows the fuel analyst to understand the market for each one of the stores, the market profile for each store, to understand the elasticity between fuel sales and in-store sales, understanding if a direct correlation between increased fuel sales relates to increased in-store sales. Sometimes it's an automatic correlation where more sales of the fuel at the fuel court always equates to more sales in store. And in that case, you may want to lower your fuel margins just a bit so that you can increase your in-store volumes. But sometimes, if you sell too much fuel, there's no room for people to park and to come inside the store. So you may realize that you're actually suffering profitability across the store overall because your fuel margins are too low. So in those cases, you may want to raise your fuel margins and take advantage of the in-store merchandise sales that go along with that. We also are seeing a new trend that's just starting where forever we've always seen in the convenience store industry, the fuel managers were measuring fuel profits in terms of cents per gallon. But every other product category was in terms of percentage price. So now with this new analysis we've got, you can see side by side cents per gallon the traditional way, but also margin percentage, so that you can talk to a marketing person who understands the margin percentage way of thinking for other product categories like cigarettes or sodas or snacks or food, and understand from a fuel perspective what the margins are in terms of margin percentage.
So what are the geographical markets you're actually targeting, and where do you see potential growth?
Well, we've always been built to satisfy the needs of our customers in the United States. But we've been recently talking to more and more customers outside the U.S. who've been asking to take our product outside and support leaders and prices outside the U.S. So we now have an internationalized product. That means we can support leaders, we can support a price no matter what country you're in, whether it's in shillings or pounds or euros, whether it's any number of digits to the left of the decimal or to the right of the decimal. We're no longer fixed with a 9/10 like we are in the States. We allow pricing to be set whatever makes sense in any market outside the U.S. And frankly, we see a huge growth potential in Europe and Australia.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.